markets are on the move, charts on the screen and the gains are pursued. Coffee poured, let the numbers talk. It's Piper Academy. Welcome to the block. Welcome to the block. Yeah. Army Piper at the desk, watching post bell, breaking down the story that the headlines never tell. OC guy with the charts, watching every zone, finding where the buyers and the sellers call home. Bitcoin moving, NASDAQ too, dollar, gold and bonds, we're watching every clue. Inflation, jobs, and the Federal Reserve. We cut through the noise and give you what you deserve. It's the morning market report. Start your day informed, from the overnight action to the opening storm. It's the morning market report, where the alumni meet. Army Piper and OC guy, bringing knowledge to the street. Green candles, red candles, either way we're ready. Keep the plan clear and the mindset steady. Never chase emotion, never trade the fear. The market leaves a message, we're here to make it clear. It's the morning market report. Start your day informed, from Bitcoin to the S&P and every market. It's the morning market report, the place you need to be. Army Piper, OC guy, and the Piper Academy.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. What's on the agenda?
She's over here just talking. I'm just talking to a screen. What's up, everybody? Good morning and welcome to the Morning Market Report. It's Wednesday, August 5th, and OC guy dropping in at the last second. I appreciate it. I was just asked, when's the Spanish version again? When OC's here on time to play the Spanish version, that's when. Let's go ahead and bring him up. OC, what's up, dude? How you doing today, man?
Oh, doing fantastic today. I have such a great night's sleep, and I'm so happy. Also, it's hump day, so I'm very excited to get through today. Today is one of the days that we have the most classes together.
Yes.
And I think that's going to be such an adventure today.
we hang out all day on Wednesday together. One of these days we should just do an all day stream, just the two of us, and I don't know, we'll just run with it. So if you guys don't know, ChatGPT has uploaded to a new level with this thing called Codex. It's pretty phenomenal. It's crazy. But as the thumbnail said today, we have a squeeze going on. Let's go jump over to that chart real fast. The levels, guys. VWAP. What did I say yesterday we would head to? Standard deviation at least. Where are we getting all of our rejections from right now? Candle body closes on the standard deviation of the upper level VWAP. Below us, we have, the dynamic reactor, the 200-week moving average, the quantum reactor, and the lower VWAP. I think that we're about to lose and go back down. Not saying that we're not going to head up to at least, the VWAP up here on the 786. I think that's possible. But I do think that we have a situation here where we're getting this squeeze and it's pushing it down. So, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. OC, what do you think? Are we going down from here? Are we going to pump a little bit more? Because the Dixie is weakening right now. Oil prices are dropping. So risk thirst is in the market right now. But what do you think? Do you got anything that you want to show in your chart? You don't even have your screen shared with me, first of all. So, the free version of Gemini seems like it's already 3 steps above ChatGPT to me. Yeah, Gemini is pretty good. That's who Apple went with, but I just been working with ChatGPT for so long, and I have the account on it, and she knows everything. She's been learning for like 2 years from me, so I just go with it. All right, OC's got his chart now. Let's go over to your chart. What are you seeing? Are we going to see a rejection here? We made it to our target. Now what?
Perfect. All right. So we did make it to a target. Remember that we had a short position taking basically first target here, second target there, moving our stop to entry, coming back up and almost kid me out in here. I had a last 25% into this trade, and right now I'm completely out of that trade. Remember, I always try to keep a moon back, and despite it seems like it did not hit me there right there, it absolutely did on my end, on my broker, because my entry was slightly below there. So something important, I see that we have a trend line breakout. It's not a complete breakout because of the whole wicking action, and we always can should be looking at trend lines like, well, not exact perfect unbreakable barriers, right? So I do think that we're gonna go a little bit higher from here. Let me get my spaghetti out of the way and start dropping in here a lot of indicators. There it is. So we have a soft order block at the top. We have a secondary trend line coming from here to there, expanding. So I believe that we are going to go somewhere around right here, 64 or even 65, and then dropping back down. I would really like us for turn around right now and then just go and hit some lower low. But honestly, I don't see it right now, and that is because of the direction of money flow. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I totally see that this can just stop going up and then have a money flow flip, and then we'll just collapse, right? But so far, I believe that we still have just quite bit enough, like barely enough power, to do something like this, and then continuation downward like that. So that's what I'm seeing on the charts today.
Awesome. Let's do this. Hey Pam, are you there?
I'm here. What's up?
So I want you to grab a screenshot of my chart here and you give me your analysis of what you're seeing here on the Bitcoin 1 day chart. Grab that screenshot, and then let's talk about what resistance levels you think are key on here and what you think is happening with the price right now.
Let me take a look. I can analyze it, but the chart isn't visible in what I captured. Bring the Bitcoin chart to the front and I'll
There you
check it
go.
again.
Now grab it.
Okay, let me check that.
All right, what do you got?
I've got the daily BTC chart here with price around $64,450. Today's candle roughly between 63,820 and 64,550. Short-term resistance looks near 64,550, then 65,000 as the psychological level. Support is around 63,800. If that gives way, I'd look for the prior swing zone below. Right now, it looks more like a test of resistance than a breakout. Just
All right,
chart
what
interpretation, not.
resistance are you seeing above us? We have we Chris said 20 days later, we have a big resistance cluster sitting above us. What is that level? What is that? What's in that range?
Oh, let me check back on the chart.
I love that it takes screenshots.
The heavier overhead resistance cluster is roughly 66 to 69,000, with 66 as the first key trigger, where the 0.786 retracement meets the descending moving averages. A clean daily reclaim there would matter. Until then, we're still under layered resistance.
And what is the cluster of the three moving averages that you have there above? What are those?
Well, let me pull those up. The three descending averages are stacked roughly around 66,500,
No,
67,500.
it's about 68. It's between 67.5 and 69.2. And what are those three averages?
Let me take another look. You're right. That cluster is about 67.5 to 69.2. The indicator legend isn't visible here, so I can't confirm which three periods they are without guessing.
I
If you
need you to
toggle the
refer.
indicator,
I need you to refer to Chart Prime Training and tell me what those are now.
let me check that real quick. I'm checking Chart Prime's training material for that.
Yeah, I would never use this for trading, by the way, guys, ever. I just showed you that that she's learning what different things are. And yes,
I
it
checked
is
Chart
still in a
Prime's
learning
public
model.
material, and those moving averages are configurable. So there isn't one fixed 3-line set I can honestly claim from the training alone. On your chart, that cluster is the 3 shorter to medium trend averages, not the long-term lines sitting higher up, but I can't name them exactly without the legend or settings.
And she sucks still. All right, Pam, you're out of here. We're going back to the experts, OC guy, and I'll take it from here. So yeah, so she's
Sounds
having
good. I'll
trouble
step back.
identifying.
Just call if you want me again.
She's having trouble identifying dynamic reactor versus quantum reactor. First of all, that one is tripping her up horribly. And then the other one was that she keeps wanting to call my 100 moving average, simple moving average, and exponential moving average. So yeah, it's crazy. Treasury website, Joker in hand, said US removes Iran related sanctions. Treasury website. Let's go check that out. Let's go to the news. We got news breaking. Matter of fact, let's just get into the news, but I want to go over here and let's go to Iran sanctions and let's see if we got anything new on that, because that would be new. It might be part of the negotiations they were talking about. Yep, U.S. has removed Iran-related sanctions from the U.S. Treasury's website. The move comes amid the reports that President Trump is aiming to announce a deal with Iran by the end of the week. That could give us a breakout to the upside. Interesting stuff there. Appreciate that, Joker in hand. Let's go ahead and jump in on the news. First of all, Alexander Z, thank you for reposting. Let's get in here and look at the light, bright light, Gremlins reference there. Let's go take a look at into the Cryptoverse metrics today and see what we got going on here. Total crypto market cap coming in at $2.199 trillion right now. Trend on this is at 5.768. We still have Dime Boy, aka Joey Thibodeau, saying that likely going to be heading down into like the 1.8 range is what he's been saying. But undervalued right now, 61.88%. Bitcoin risk band sitting at 0.307. That's still, don't go into the light. That's still a 4x DCA level. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Derek in here with us also. Randy Abigate. I haven't seen you in here a while, Randy. Appreciate you being here. Joker in hand. Andrea also in here. I'm looking between the 223 and the 565. Pam be tripping. You guys are great. I love the crowd in here. Oh, Crux of Crypto. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Hope everyone is having a good morning. I'm having a great morning. Having a great morning. Trump and Iran, seesaw. Yeah, we're going to talk about that seesaw in a minute, guys. Just this morning, it's been a massive seesaw. Looking at Bitcoin dominance, we're back at 58.8% still. I do think this comes back to hit 60% before all is said and done. And then without stable coins, take out the stable coins, we're at 67.63, moving back up to 68% there. The 24-hour volume of bulls versus bears. Let's see who's had the most volume here. Let's refresh it first of all. And let's see who had the most volume here in the past 24 hours. More bearish volume than bullish volume in the past 24 hours, despite price grinding to the upside on a slow move. Even currently right now in the last hour, we've had more bearish volume than bullish volume. So a lot more opening trades of shorts than longs, but it looks like the reason we're going up because you got more money flowing in versus the volume of the trades. So bears trying to fight, but they are losing poorly right now. Let's go take a look at the seesaw. First of all, this week, guys, still going on. Today's Wednesday. We had ISM services come in, and then we had some Circle earnings and Riot earnings before opening. We'll talk about Circle here in a minute. Tomorrow, we're going to get Datadog and AOI Trade Desk all coming in. Not a whole lot of data tomorrow. No tier one U.S. macro release. Friday, though, we're going to get U.S. non-farm payrolls and unemployment rates coming in. We did get some job data today. Hiring slowed sharply ahead of jobs report. The ADP private growth was only 44,000 jobs, was estimated to be higher than that. Came in well under. So we're seeing some weakening in the labor market, definitely on this week. Oil drop continues to help risk assets, and that is why we are seeing such a big move to the upside on pretty much everything, although it is starting to show some weakness now. But this morning, the pump was insane. All coming in on oil and the dollar weakening. We're seeing a continuation of the dollar weakening too, which is as the treasury yields get sold off, and we are pushing on the yen pumping up on the DXY, which is a basket weighted against all the currencies. That is giving some nice downside move on the dollar, which is causing risk appetite to move into the assets. But will that start to slow down and get a reversal? We'll have to see. Bitcoin test and reclaim zone not broken free yet. Now, as the thumbnail said, it's in the squeeze zone right now. So it will be interesting to see, does that break to the upside or the downside? AMD had their earnings, as we talked about on the slide above. Markets wanted bigger AI payoff, and so we got an AMD sell-off on that earnings, but SpaceX earnings is the one that came in today. Growth, well, yesterday I should say, growth, but high. They had growth, but high spending and risk, and SpaceX getting absolutely wrecked on the back of that. We'll take a look at those charts here in just a few. Stick around for that. Total of 911,500,000 shares of SpaceX held by employees and early investors becomes eligible to trade tomorrow, guys. So all that lockup, that pre-stage lockup, all available to hit the market tomorrow. Is it going to be more of a sell-off? I think it's very possible it could be. Watch out for a pump. That would be an indicator that you're getting trapped. 43% more. The amount of shares being unlocked tomorrow is 43% more than the original shares issued at IPO, just so you guys know. So this is the biggest allocation of shares for SpaceX to hit the market yet. SpaceX's free float is set to increase from 4.9% to 11.8% of outstanding shares. Looking here at the SpaceX price, down 10% today, despite beating on its first ever earnings report. The problem was CapEx. They had their spending jumped sixfold to $18.4 billion in one quarter, mostly on AI infrastructure, and they're not seeing a return on that infrastructure as of yet. So you can see the price. It's the big. Where's the bottom? Oh yeah, down there. Currently, right now, SpaceX. Let's go take a look at the chart. Currently, right now, SpaceX not doing too hot. SpaceX, where are you? Wherefore art thou, SpaceX? NVIDIA, CMI. There we go. SpaceX. We are getting a little bit of a pump here on the daily this morning. There you go. Pump up, back down. Rejected right on the 4-hour dynamic reactor and pushing to the downside. Money flow is great, but you've got crazy downside move here on volume. So diverging money flow versus volume typically means a lot of people are trying to buy the spot, but traders are backing away from it. I think a lot of people being cautious for what's coming tomorrow on that unlock. If we do get a pump up, watch for that sell off today, guys, or tomorrow, I should say. Here's your seesaw. Here's your seesaw. He said, in the land of Iran, Trump says the U.S. held an all-day negotiation with Iran on Tuesday and called the talks very good. Then, 2 hours ago, Iran denies Trump's claims that the U.S. deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz could happen today. Iran's foreign minister says the current negotiations are only between Iran and Oman, not U.S., and are not about immediately reopening the waterway. So everything's going good. Everything's going good. They are not going good. He says they are going good, moving along nicely. And then just to throw another wrench in it, the people that aren't in the conversation at all, managing the other strait, they decided to target the Saudi oil tanker Wafa with an undisclosed number of missiles in the northern Red Sea, which is another choke point for oil flow. So it's not going well. Okay, I don't care what you hear on the news. Negotiations are not going well. Matter of fact, you might want to start taking a look at Unc Alert. Unc Alert. I got an Unc Alert. Who sent this? Chris sent the Unc Alert. Thank you. I am proud to be Unc. I'll take it. Can I be the crunk unk? Oh, I get another one too. Look at that. You guys are amazing. I love you all. So yeah, the Houthis now bombing other tankers. So even if we get one strait open, guys, the other strait's still going to have to be dealt with. So just be aware, oil's probably going to go back up, and then all this money's going to flush right back out of the markets because risk appetite, everyone will be full. President Taco up to his old porky pies. I don't know that it's even so much him anymore, man. I don't trust Iran either. Let's be honest here. Iran, not trustworthy either. So either one of them, either one saying anything is not going to indicate to me the realm of truth. Just three sides to every story, yours, mine, and the truth in the middle. Somewhere in the middle of these two is the truth. I don't think we're hearing it from either side. So, Unc Alert, that's right. Crux, how you doing, man? I hope Tux is doing well. Gypsy's doing good. She's about to be a country dog here in about a year when our new house is built. She's going to live out in the country. But I may have to get a bigger dog. Guys, there are Jaguarundi, which are miniature bobcat-sized Black Panther type, not the people, Black Panther the animal, cat. There are wild boar, coyotes, a couple of bears in that neck of the woods. I can say that because it's the woods. So yeah, I may have to get a bigger dog. And OC, I just checked out an air gun. An air rifle because you can't fire firearms inside the residential zone. However, I found one called the XM4 that shoots like a 7.62 air pellet. Dude, it's gnarly. We may have to go look at it before the end of the show. It's pretty gnarly. Yep. I'm gonna get that. And I'll just shoot everything in the woods until there's. I was a Black Panther in high school. Dave Digital, no, you were not. That's not how that works. U.S. government is running QE without calling it QE. I brought this up because yesterday, Andrea sent me a message on Facebook Messenger. Yes, because we're Facebook friends. There you go. And so, yeah, 7.62 air rifle, dude. No joke. It's pretty badass. I'll show you the video. But she sent me this thing about QE, and so we talk. She's like, I hope I'm not bothering you. No, you don't bother me at all. You're all good, Andrea. But so this is a thing from Bull Theory talking about the U.S. deficit is projecting $1.9 trillion this year, or 5.8% of the GDP. More than half of it is now being funded with short-term treasury bills instead of long-term treasury bills. By July 2026, the Treasury had issued $413 billion in net new bills, already 15% more than in all of 2025. Long-term bonds carry more risk. The short term do not. The 30 years at 5 point, it's higher than that now, I think. I think it's actually up to like 5.4. It's the highest since 2007, though, and so investors demand a lot of money to hold them. A lot of interest, I should say. Bills mature quickly. By funding these bills instead of bonds, the Treasury reduces the amount of long-term debt the market has to absorb. And so it looks like QE, but it's not QE. In the technical term of policy, definitely not quantitative easing, but it looks a whole lot like it. And you know what they say? If it looks like a duck and it sounds like a duck, it's probably a duck. So there you go. There's your QE behind closed doors conspiracy theory. Andrea, we hereby authorize you. The president of the Tinfoil Hat Club, OC, approves of you having that. OC, you got your tinfoil hat. Can you swear Andrea in? He's not even paying attention. This guy. He muted us and everything. All right, we're going back to the charts. OC is left the building. OC, can you hereby swear in Andrea to be a member of the Tinfoil Hat Club? Can you go ahead and swear her in?
Absolutely.
You're supposed to put your hat on and go, you are hereby in the Tinfoil Hat Club, but you don't have your tinfoil hat.
It's way too far away this time. But I
You are
promise that
felling me so many times today, OC. And we got to work together all day long, and you're felling me left and right. All right, fine. Andrea, welcome to the Tinfoil Hat Club. You're kind of in there. You're right. Crypto Jacker says the state of the global finances means only one thing for Biddy long term. All Western governments are screwed, man. Yeah, I agree. Oh, there you go, OC. Say, Andrea, you are hereby sworn into the Tinfoil Hat Club.
Andrea, you're hereby sworn to get in here and be the manager of the Tinfoil Hat.
There you go, Andrea. You're good. All right, let's go back and talk about more news here. Lance Roberts says the JOLTS job survey showed weaker job openings yesterday, but it's still detached from the real-time measures. If you look at Indeed and Linked Up, okay? Indeed and Link Up are not managed by government entities. It's interesting, right? So you get these JOLTS job report, government fingers all up in it, and then you get these other reports. Here's where JOLTS job reports are. The yellow line on here. Okay, yeah, it's coming down, but it's still a higher low, right? Look at Indeed total job postings and Link Up job postings. They do not tell the same story as things that the government is touching. Add that to your tinfoil hat list. Interesting little chart there for that. And that's what I got on that data. Let's go look at the markets and see how they're looking here on the opening. We'll look at TradFi, take a look at gold, get our metals in. Got to get your metals in. Dow Jones currently right now up about 1.2% today, guys. S&P is up about 0.5%, and the NASDAQ up just barely over under 0.25% right now. NASDAQ 100 seeing some weakness, about to go flat and maybe even drop down. That's your top 100 NASDAQ listings, which is a majority of the market cap of the NASDAQ. So take that for what it's worth. If this goes down, this is going to go down even harder. Russell 2K DGens not coming out to play much today, 0.36 on the small caps there. Let's take a look at the bond yield. Seeing it come down a little bit slightly, 0.004. I'm not going to say that that's a lot, but it is at 4.623, and we did have a 30-year mortgage jump up again today. Thank you. Right before I buy my house, you're awesome. 30-year fixed rate mortgage rate, 6.81% now is the average rate in the United States. Thank you, 10-year treasury yield. You are awesome. Let's take a look at oil. We're seeing a sell-off on this, but it's turning around. This was down a lot more. I think we're going to see a pump here. Army Piper, are you slacking? You didn't play the metals riff. We're not there yet. Dave. Patience. Oil has had some more downside yesterday than it does today. I think we're going to see this turn around. It's going to go back up. So be prepared for more volatility coming from oil, which creates volatility across the board for risk assets. Let's go look at gold. It's rocking. It is rocking hard. It is up 3.45% today, almost to $4,300. And I believe OC was calling for higher gold yield, higher gold returns this last week. So hopefully you got it. Silver at 62.70 today, up 4%. Copper is at 0.54. Palladium, platinum is the only one down about 0.5%. Palladium's up almost 4%. That's your metals, and they are rocking. There you go, Dave. See, you just got to be patient, bro. Just got to be patient. I will get there with it. Let's look at the crypto bubbles today. What are we looking at on here? Overall, right now, on the daily, we're in the green. Bitcoin's up about 0.8%. Ethereum's up 0.3%. 1.2% move on BNB. XRP not doing well. Down 1.2% despite everything else pumping. Solana's down up about 0.2%, not doing as well as Bitcoin is right now. Tron is down 0.3%. Hyperliquid up 3.5%. Dogecoin down 0.2%. And Zcash, that's a big mover. 5.7% move to the upside there on that. Everything else kind of in the flat zone right now and making decisions. They are all moving up on the hourly, so probably going to see these level out a little bit. But right now, biggest movers, honestly, is going to be your Zcash, your Hyperliquid, and of course BNB. That's really it. Not much action there in the world of crypto right now. Again, compressed, viced, down, held tight. So is it going to break to the upside or downside? That is the question of today. Looking here at the economic calendar today, guys, we got ISM services. Refresh that. Put that on Impact 2, and let's see how that's looking. ISM services PMI above 50 is growth, below 50 is contraction. Was at 54. They said it would be 54.5. Came in at 54.1. Not too much of a miss there on that. Still showing some growth and expansion in the economy on that PMI number. Nothing real big tomorrow. Weekly jobless claims, how many people are filing for unemployment. It's saying it's going to be higher. Probably will be. But look at Friday. That's going to be your big one. You guys remember this was 4.3. They were expecting an increase in unemployment. It's now down to 4.2. They're thinking it comes in no change on unemployment. So it's going to be interesting to see. Friday is going to be the next big day of jobs data. It's going to be non-farm payrolls and unemployment, and that will be what really settles out and wraps up the week. For are we seeing weakening or strengthening or at least stabilizing of the labor market? Right now, chance of rate hikes, rate cuts, rate pauses, whatever. Looking at a 56% chance of a rate hike now. We're almost at 50-50 for do we get a rate hike or do we stay where we are right now? Now, if we go out to January, this is starting to still level out. It's not as bad as it was, but still 85%. This was like 90% by the end of the year. As I said yesterday, I do think we should have 2 rate hikes. I think we should have 2 because I see all the numbers that make that decision, scaled one way or the other. One is jobs numbers, one is inflation numbers. We're not seeing, according to numbers, if they're correct, we're not seeing any weakening of the labor market, and we are seeing sticky inflation, which should be 2 rate hikes. I think at this point, though, we probably will see 1. So that's what I'm assessing there. Let's go look at the charts, see if we can find anything on the charts. Oh, by the way, you guys remember IF yesterday? And I said, watch for the platinum pocket. Yeah, there you go. There you go. People were saying it was going to hold up here, and this was the time to buy. And I said, no, we got a lot lower to go. That's exactly what If did. So what if someone listened to me on TA when I talk about shit coins like If? What if? What if? OC, let's go jump over into charts. Let's start doing that. We got about 20 minutes. I want to look at Bitcoin here real fast. I want to take a look at SpaceX. And then actually, I already looked at SpaceX. I want to take a look at Bitcoin real fast, and then we'll hand it over to you. Right now, we are still getting that rejection on the standard deviation from the VWAP. Holding steady, though, on the 4-hour dynamic reactor. We do have support on the 200-week beneath us, but we are starting to see that hidden bearish divergence play out here, and that ribbon heading down. Is this going to follow suit and give us that low, that breakdown below that dynamic reactor? Possibly. Money flow still looking decent, though. Volume starting to drop. So at this point, guys, it's a 50-50 flip a coin because that vice clamp, that clamp that we showed on the thumbnails, it's holding here and it's holding here, and on the higher time frames, that's really the range of the current price action. I think given that this is a bear flag, if you look at this on, here you go, there you go. And what do you see? What do you see? Another little build up and then downside moves. So typically when we're looking at these, especially on like the weekly, these tend to go back down, up and then down, up and then down. I think if we do move up, guys, watch for the dynamic reactor coming in about $69,000. So OC, let's kick it over to you. What do you got on the chart? What are you watching?
Absolutely. So I'm watching at gold just to come back and take a look at where we left out. Oh, yes, absolutely. We were looking at this possibility. Remember that we had our dynamic reactor here all the way up on the daily, if I'm not mistaken. Let's bring up my indicators just to confirm that. And that is where we were looking for a final target. So we were also taking notice of this triangle formation that was forming and also the breakout. So we had 2 plans, either breakout to the downside. We were going to be looking for a buy at 3,700, or if it lost that area, or a secondary buy at 3,300, or basically right here at 4,803, for me taking profit at 4,271-ish. So we are very, very, very close, not to the exact point, but to where the daily dynamic reactor would be. And let me see once again if I can bring that up. So let's see it. And let's give it a minute, and most likely still somewhere around that same area. But we're getting very close to it. There it is. So it's a little bit higher. At this moment, I will be looking for these areas right there, previous resistances. So maybe a little bit higher, and then coming back around as we have a flip of the ribbon in here. So buying gold at this moment, kind of. I would wait for a flag. I would wait for a retracement. I would wait for something, some kind of like candle bunching in here, and then looking for a flip to the upside on my ribbon to jump back in. So hopefully that worked for you guys. Let's go over my icons in here that we have been ringing on alerts, or would you want me to throw it back to you? Do you have anything to intercalate? Muted.
I'm just talking to Langstrom in the background here. Go for it. What else you got?
Perfect, absolutely. There you go. So we have Solana. Solana, it's back, or it's out of the area of rejection in here. Hopefully you did, guys, jumped in here. Remember that we were tracking this area. I'm still within this short that we took all the way in here for my first entry. This was a 2 entry or layered entry. And right now we are on profits. Make sure that you are keeping this one a little bit under the microscope, because we're getting closer to the zero line, and despite we don't have enough money flow, it's been known that Solana kind of gets into these same areas, right? And that's when the money flows start rushing back in, basically giving us a V-shaped recovery. Am I saying that we're going to do this? No, absolutely not. I actually think that we're going to go at least somewhere around the 72, 74. And that is because, there we go, let me bring up my indicators. We have not only a soft order block, right? We also have in the midway a trend line. So depending on how long it takes, we might be scaling down a little bit, but that's what I'm seeing on Solana. Let me bring it up to Litecoin. And it's time for me to just to remove this trade setup. Let me also clean up my spaghetti and bring up my very first layer of indicators. So far we had a pretty nice breakout in here, or pretty nice breakout, however you want to see it, right? I think I'm gonna go for this trend line right there, something like that, crossing over the going for the bodies, crossing over the wicks, right? So we have a breakout, retest, and then we're going to the upside. Yes, we are not sell signal, which means most likely we might be able to bounce from here again. So I would be expecting something like that, then going just a little bit below that point. I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to add a buffering line. Let's clone it. There it is, and just push it into the bodies, because I've seen that bodies at this moment has been playing out better for me. So I'm going to be looking for maybe a re-entry area, and then if we hold it, a break of dynamic reactor. Important. If I'm wrong on this rejection on the dynamic reactor and you see this breaking through, well, then you just scoop this up. There we go. And that's going to be your analysis. All right. So just keep that in mind on Litecoin. Let's go over one more, and I want to visit Apple. So Apple was crossing, there you go, throughout one of our areas. I was expecting it for this to come back inside the range that I had in here. But important, we are ranging just itty bitty tiny above that range, right? Right now, we're still below the zero line. We ain't got not much of that money flow. It's still on the green, a little bit red right there. So I'm expecting this to do something like that. So not much of an action today, but we're cooking a pennant, right? So be careful with this pennant. This pennant, I believe that we could be breaking out to the downside, but until we see a break on that pennant, or rejection or breakthrough on our zero line, that's when we start looking for another direction. So keep your eyes on Apple, I would say. And I think we still have a couple more minutes. Let's go to XRP or hype. I think XRP. Let's do XRP today. Let's go over here and come on, where are you, XRP? Should be, there it is. XRP. All right. XRP is making the range that we were expecting, a little bit tightened up against the upper range right there. And we have broken through that zero line. We have not lost the base of the support of the range. So I would be looking for a flip of the ribbon. If we make a big movement like this, wait for a rebound and then wait to see if we break back inside the range. If not, if we have a rejection, go for a short. So let me just get this out of the way so it's not overlapping that much. There it is. And let's go for a deeper analysis. Let me bring up my indicators. So let's bring up almost a big chunk of it, almost all of them, and wait to see what do we have on screen. All right, so we have the big supporting here, maybe passing or crossing over it, breaking back up or bouncing back up, and then finally going to hit this swing S2 area right here on our targets being at 101 for XRP. I can go over hype or virtuals if you want me to. Volume?
Of course. Here, let me do it myself. Let's go take a look at hype real fast, and then let's take a look at this air gun. Just saying.
Absolutely, yes. All right, so let's take a look at the hyperliquid. And right here we have broken. We are on a big run on the 4 hours, but we are right on a rejection zone right here. So if you ask me, I will be looking for just a little bit of a bigger push and then a comeback to this area to create another pivot. And then out of that pivot, remember that pivot can be bouncing a little bit above depending on how many candles as it takes. But I'm going to be looking for this area for it to create a pivot. And depending on that pivot, I will be adjusting my trend line and then possible a continuation up to 60.30 30 or 28. So that's what I got on hyperliquid. Let's take a look at that big boy.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat over here. Andrea said this chart looks like an angry kid in therapy. And then Dave Digital said, I want to know what Pam thinks about our current president. I had to argue with Pam not long ago, Dave, about who the actual president was. So let's be honest here. Shout out to Jesse Halleck, member for 15 months of the alumni. He said XRP is trash. I don't disagree with this man at all. Let's go take a look at this though, OC. This is the FX Impact M4. Okay. And it's sexy. It is sexy. I'm gonna show you a video though. It's pretty dope. Here's the settings for it. You can see here you've got like 30 aught, which is like your 0.30. It's a 762 comparative on the width, 9 mil, so on and so forth. You can do different lengths on it. You got sniper, 1,000 millimeter overall length. 1120 for the extended. I don't need one that big. I should probably go with like the standard full power. But let's go check out the video. The video is pretty dope, man. This is it. Let me get the audio here for you. There you go. So let me turn this down a little bit. Turn down for what? There you go. So I want to show you this thing in action.
Oh, I like that dude. I always watch him. Pretty cool. Pretty bad drilling movements though.
Yeah, he needs to lean into it more. But here he is shooting at this target. He's got a long range target here with the speeds and stuff. It's pretty one here in penetration jail. There you go.
And sexy music.
I think this is my new favorite target. Now, mind you, these guys right here are not the usual stainless steel targets that I usually shoot in my videos. This is a bit of a lighter metal, not as tough. What it seems like that happened is that the pellets entered, went through this first third of the ballistic gel, went through the first metal, continued, and went to hit that second metal, which absorbed all the shots. In fact, I can see all the pellets.
That is that's the air gun I want to get, OC. Take a guess. Take a guess on the price of this thing.
Oh, it's pretty expensive. It's because that was my second option. Back in the day, like what it was 2 years ago, that was something like let me do math because I had prices on my head on I think it's what it was like 58,000 Mexican pesos between 17 back in the day. So more than $3,000.
I can actually pick one up fully kitted, no optics. I have to get the optics myself. No problem. I can do that. ACOG, Buck, if you know, you know. Yeah, I can get this thing like fully kitted out without the optics on it, but all the upgrades on it for about $2,200. So it's not bad. Not bad.
Pretty good because that was a 3,000 plus air gun.
Yeah. Well,
bring my screen up. Let me show you.
Military
Alright,
discounts, man. Military discounts. I'm just saying.
let's go. All right, so this is the big one that my dad wants to get. So I've been looking for those, and he wants to get this one. This is it, but this is a full-fledged sniper. All right, it's so sexy. I really liked it. But if you're looking for something smaller, you might want to go and check out Bintech. All right, and the only reason that I'm pushing to Bintech, it's because I already have one. They work pretty good. It was a little rough back in the day. Now they're very well designed and very light trigger. But the most important part is that they have come up with, well, I don't know if they invented it or not, but come on, these rings right here. These rings let you know how much pressure you can put into your air tank. So if you have a regulator, you can fit more air into the same size barrels, which means more consistency, longer time shooting, and less time spending refueling things. So maybe consider giving a look at this, and they have pretty good accessories. If not, maybe you can also check out their conversion kits, and they have a lot of things. Yeah, so the one that I got, it was, what is it, the S45 Classic. Yeah.
Mark Dutch said, I typed what about them school shootings and Google sent me here. Mark Dutch, you dirty Dutchman. The air gun, it's about $2,200, and then you got to get your thing. Dave Digital said just get a 22 long rifle with low velocity. That will not penetrate a bore enough to do anything but piss it off, Dave Digital. But yeah, I'm getting one. I'm getting one so that I can unload in my neighborhood when I need to on predators and things that are going to tear up my lawn. This is the ultimate version of, hey, you kids, get off my lawn. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that. It does look weird, but it works. So Buck, I'm going to be like 40 minutes north of you. You can just come on up, Buck, visit. We'll get the air gun out, and then you can shoot into your heart's content up there, sir. Just stick with my suppressor for that price. Yeah, look, suppressors aren't quiet. This is quieter than a suppressor. Silencers don't exist, as they say. In order to get the most quiet, you have to use subsonic munition and the suppressor. And that probably wouldn't trigger anybody in a acreage neighborhood, but the air gun, super quiet. So I'll be good to go. About as loud as a crossbow, honestly. So, all right, guys, that's all we got today. Welcome to the Morning Market Report, where we talked about the economy, we talked about markets, we talked about TA, and then we talked about air rifles, because you get it all here. No weather reports today, no El Nino report, but there you go. OC, I appreciate you joining us here. Everyone, if you're new here, not a typical show, but welcome. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, get notified anytime we go live. If you got anything out of today's content, smash up the like button. It helps out the algorithm and trying to get ourselves pushed out there even more. And then from there, that's it, guys. We are going to be back here tomorrow morning doing the same thing all over again, giving you guys markets, charts, headlines, news, everything you need to have knowledge because knowledge is profit. Until next time, guys, trade safe, use some risk management, and as always, peace, love, profits. We're out.
Knowledge is profit. Yeah, knowledge is profit. Check the macro, read the chart. You can't stop it. You can't handle the truth. Target locked, ready to fire. Load the rocket. At the Piper Academy, knowledge is profit.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Alexander G, the Mock Queen is here. Buck is getting roasted. The pirate is in gear. OCS spaghetti. JL takes a nap. Short time signals lighting up the map. Knowledge is profit. Yeah, knowledge is profit. Check the macro. Check the macro. Read the charts. You can't stop it. Target locked. Ready to fire. Load the rocket. At the Piper Academy. Knowledge is profit. Yeah. Dodging the slide in the old potato sack. Waiting for the CME to gap right back. 50% of the time, they are right every time. So grab your Otter cup and get on the grind. Knowledge is profit. Yeah, knowledge is profit. Check the macro. Check the macro. Read the charts. You can't stop it. Oh, target locked, ready to fire. Load the rocket. At the Piper Academy, knowledge is profit. Trade safe. Use some risk management. Peace. Love. Profits. Profits. Oh.
That was awesome, dude. Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?